Bill, if you want to come on up.
Thanks for having us. This is Casey Jones, owner of Engineering Aggregates. I sent you the history of the property, but just a quick recap. Casey's family back in 2006 and 7, they were approached that an Ivy Tech development could come to Logansport. Of course, they wanted it. Everybody wanted it. They were gracious back then to give 61 acres to Ivy Tech, and then also 8.6 acres to the City of Logansport and Logansport Utilities. All that for $1. So they were very instrumental in bringing them here and allowing that property to be ready for Ivy Tech. Time goes on, we have an Ivy Tech, we have a road, Don Huckard Boulevard. He has an opportunity to sell some land that would be right by Ivy Tech. And when we did a survey, it came back that there's a little strip of 1.7 acres that didn't need to be gifted back in 2007. So I initially called Dave Morris to see what's the process. I talked to Kelly Lehman, who's the attorney for both the utilities and the city. And there is an Indiana code that allows municipalities that have been gifted land to gift it back if need be without going through your typical 2 appraisals, RFPs, public hearings, since the donor is now the recipient of the 1.7 acres back. So talking to Greg Toth, I apologize, he's on vacation, but we did get what we needed today. It's a letter from him saying that they have no use for the property. And talking to Dave, at least his opinion, there's no use from the city. There's nothing underground, there's nothing on that strip of land. So we are here to request that the city and LMU gift back the 1.7 acres to Engineering Aggregates.
Everybody's got the map that I passed out to them. Does anyone have any questions about that they want to ask Bill or Casey?
Public doesn't see the map.
Excuse me?
Public doesn't see the map, but it's probably fine.
Thank you. Okay, like Bill said, and Kelly did send an email response to the original email from Bill saying he agreed with the proposal. It makes sense. I believe that Casey has a possible interest in someone purchasing that area, and they need this little piece to go along with it. So it seems to be in everyone's best interest to gift this back to the people that gave it to us originally. Anybody have any issues with that, or you've read the resolution in your packets?
Yep.
Is everyone okay with moving this resolution to tonight's meeting?
Yep.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Second, Aaron, you want to come up and talk about the DORA expenses?
So one of the things that we brought forward when we brought Dora was talking to the different restaurants on whoever was going to be involved with us, helping them start up. In that process, they by law have to have certain signs at every exit of their building. They also have to have certain cups that they actually put the drinks into. And then in addition to that, we wanted to give the ability for people that didn't want to have those cups in their establishments. Obviously, you can tell people that they can't have them in there, but we wanted a kinder way to kind of just let people know before they went into those other businesses in downtown. So we looked into doing some clings on the door. You can see them on the city building. There's a few other buildings in downtown that have them. as well as clings on the participating that say they actually sell it at their establishment. So with that being said, I moved forward with it because I do have some reimbursement funds. But I was talking to Dave, and my concern was it is $1,105.80. And so I wanted to make sure that if I spent that out of my own money, that I would actually get reimbursed for that. And so he said to just bring it to city council maybe and talk about actually getting money put towards that amount versus pulling out of my reimbursement fund. And then this is just the startup, so from there on out, anybody that wants to participate new, they would be purchasing those signs, and then any new cups and those type of things be running through Logan's Landing. So this is the only upfront cost that we would have in establishing it.
Yeah. Yeah, like Erin said, she asked me about this, and I felt like since the council had agreed to move the Dora forward, and we hadn't really discussed the expenses and whatnot, that this is something, I sent you an email about the balances in like our miscellaneous, and I felt like we could cover this $1,105 out of the miscellaneous without any issue. But it's open for discussion if anybody has any concerns about that or has a better suggestion.
These are just for signs?
These are the signs. We gave them 100 cups to start out with, just so they could start selling it and see how it works and how many cups we kind of logistically need and those type of things. And then the clings.
At one point, we had said that we were just going to put stickers on their.
Yeah, at one point, we were going to do stickers. There was some pushback on the stickers. Even the cups that we currently have purchased are kind of flimsy, so there's been some discussion on what would be the next purchase. So it was kind of our idea of stepping it up from stickers to cups to be able to determine how that's going to work. And then from there, seeing if we do more of they actually purchase a cup where it's a nice cup that's more reusable than these plastic flimsy ones. But it's kind of a trial and error initially, but we wanted to give those establishments that were willing to join in with the city, because without them, we couldn't have done this, something kind of saying thank you for starting this out with us.
Is everybody, any questions for her or any concerns?
So you're not asking us for any additional funds after this startup money? It'll be paid through the businesses that decide to participate, is that correct?
Yeah, so they'll, any existing business will partner with Logan's Landing to be able to get new cups or stickers for events is what they've kind of determined. And then any new business that would want to join in would have the upfront cost to themselves to start in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so we'll move this forward. This will be on the August 26th special council meeting.
Okay.
Thank you, Erin.
Yep.
Before we go any farther, I saw Sue, you back there. Come on up for just a second, Sue.
I didn't bring that up with me.
Well, that's okay. I wanted to kind of give you an update. We've been
great.
out,
Yeah.
a couple of us have been out there and looked at the trees, and what
Yeah.
we've done is, we've asked an arborist to come and take a good look at all of them. Not that we doubt his work or anything else. Most of his findings seem pretty accurate, honestly.
So you got the report back?
But, Aaron gave us all the information you had shared verbally before. You could go out there, you can walk tree to tree and see what there is. And the other concern would be, it's a large enough sum, we'll probably have to ask to get another quote also. It's a large enough amount that by code, we have to have at least two estimates. But we're looking at it. The arborist is supposed to be out there Wednesday to look at all the trees and then give us their findings on them.
So will that be the second quote?
No, he won't quote the job.
Do I
We'll
need to
just,
get a second quote?
no, we'll
Okay.
find someone. But, I just wanted to let you know we weren't forgetting about it and that we are looking into it. And,
So we'll meet at the August Finance Committee meeting?
we have a finance meeting before the council meeting. We'll meet then.
We'll meet then before the
Yes.
in the one that's changed to September something.
We've got a council meeting August 26th, and we have a council meeting on September the 18th, but we currently don't have another finance meeting scheduled. But I'll let you know when the next one is.
Email me?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
But Sue, that's a process. It takes time.
I'm sorry.
It's a process. It takes time
Right.
to ask for another bid and to get, you have to give them so much time to respond. So it's not something that's going to be happening in September or October. So you
Well, I
just
just
have to,
wanted to, I'm just glad you told me because I was curious. I mean, I feel like, I know there's a process,
Yeah.
but I just didn't want to be put on the back burner.
No, like I said, in fact, he was out there cutting down a tree in somebody's front yard, and one day I was out there.
Oh,
Across.
Adam?
Yeah, so.
Okay, thank you.
It is 6:26. I'll call the Finance Committee meeting to a close.
What is that?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about this bill.
Oh, no.
Hello? You know, I talked to him the other day. He seems pleased with what Ranger Bill owns. Getting their license back there. Still working on it.
When we had that meeting, they just need, she said,
But I think there's more to it than that. But I didn't know.
Nobody died, everybody went home. Not very high bar. Yep. Yeah, but this will work.
Good evening, it is 6:30 PM Monday, August 5th, 2024. I'm Mayor Chris Martin calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Common Council. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Dave Morris.
Present.
Susie Walmsley.
Present.
Scott Beatty. Present. Haley Zensmaster.
Present.
Cameron Austin.
Present.
Chris Howard.
Present.
BJ Cox.
Present.
All right, we'll start with the presentation this evening from Jennifer Vainberg.
Have a point of order, please.
I'm sorry?
May I start with a point of order, please?
We'll have public comments at the end.
Is that the policy?
Yes.
No public comment?
No.
Before any vote?
It'll be at the end. We've got a presentation first.
And are there going to be any votes tonight?
Yes.
Will there be no public comment allowed before vote?
Yes, if you want to, but we're not voting on anything right now. We're having a presentation. Jennifer?
Good evening. I am here, not in my role as a scouting professional, but to represent United Way this evening. As you probably may have heard and know that it's that time of year when United Way does their annual campaign. Yes, sir.
Could I ask you to sit down there so it can be recorded?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I really hampers me if I can't walk around. The economics instructor in me just wants to wave my hands around. I apologize. So, as I started to say, I'm here representing the United Way. And as a scouting professional, I want to tell you that we benefit from United Way. That's why they have folks like me come out and talk, because we can speak directly to the impact of United Way's support of various programs. I don't want to take a ton of time. There's all kinds of metrics out there about the impact of our United Way program here in Cass County. And we can supply that. You can email Chris Armstrong or even reach out to me and we can get you that. What I would like to talk to you about is why we do this and why it's important. The fact is that the best way for us to make Logansport and Cass County a better place to live is by investing in ourselves. We can't wait for somebody else to come rescue us. This year's theme for the campaign is the word hope. And the fact is that everything that United Way focuses on is about investing in our youth or taking care of our neighbors. They focus on three things: education, financial stability, and health. And that takes lots of forms, whether that's supporting the Cass County Y food programs in various forms, making sure that folks have the resources they need. Of course, the Reading Railroad program is very important. As you will have access to pledge forms, or many members of our community will be approached at their places of work to do withholding through their paychecks. I'd just like to ask folks to think about, what is it worth to invest in Logansport, to make a bet on ourselves for Cass County? What's it worth to you? $1 a week is more than $50 donation in a year. If you have the option of doing those regular withholdings that are very small in the short term and have a huge impact in the long term. And so I'm here to answer questions if you have them, but the forms are available here at City Hall, and I just want to encourage all of you and everyone in the community to consider and strongly look at investing in us. We can't wait for somebody else to do it. So please take the time to fill out that pledge form and support United Way.
Do you have a deadline on when these need to be filled out by, or?
You would ask me that. I don't have that. Let me see. Usually, let's see. Campaign ends October 31st. That's why I hold this folder with me. So if you could do them sooner than that would be awesome. Upcoming things, the campaign rally is August 23rd. And Live United Day, which is our big community project day, is September 13th. There's all kinds of opportunities to work on projects that day. And we look forward to seeing everybody there. Anything else? All right, thank you for your time. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
All right, next is the approval of minutes. We'll start with the regular session, July 1st, 2024 meeting. Do you have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Call for question. BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Scott Peady,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
All right, next is the approval of minutes for the special session, July 22nd, 2024 meeting.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question. Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Scott Peady,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
And finally, the special session, July 25th, 2024 meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question. Dave Morris,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Scott Peady,
Abstain.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Abstain.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
All right. Reports from committees, boards, and commissions.
Mayor, we had a Finance Committee meeting on July the 22nd. Topics that were discussed at that time was the clubhouse funding. We just had an informational session with Andy Mauser from Baker Tilly. We had Dan Williams here for the carousel funding. We had incentive funding request for the Batman Museum, 2 tax abatements, a request for funds for a survey for Eastgate Plaza, and some Parks Department transfer requests. All of those are on tonight's agenda except for the clubhouse funding. And then again tonight, August 5th, we had the Finance Committee meeting for the land gifting and the DORA expenses.
Mr. Mayor, on July 25th, we had a Planning and Economic Development meeting. We discussed the transfer of certain real property to the Cass Logansport Economic Development Organization, CLEDO, and we made a motion to move that forward to council for a vote.
Any other reports from committees, boards, and commissions? All right, seeing none, we'll start with old business. Ordinance 2024-18, Councilman Austin.
Ordinance 2024-18, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the expenditures of funds for the repaving of Monticello Road. Mr. Mayor, I want to move this forward for a vote. I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Mayor, I'd make a motion we need to table this ordinance till the August 26th meeting because there was an additional appropriation involved and we didn't get the public hearing notice in the paper in time for tonight's meeting. The notice has been published or is being published so that we can have the proper hearing before we pass this on second reading on the 26th.
So I have a motion to table. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sunny Miller, co-owner at 1251 Smith Street. I'm bringing a general concern, and I'll read to be more succinct. The general areas are publication of agendas, advanced prep of agendas, in order to get that publication realized, spelling out of full terms each time abbreviations are used in a document. The first time the public needs to hear what a DORA means, for example. And fifthly, an invitation to participate at the top of the agenda so that the public reading the agenda will know all public comment doesn't have to wait till the end. My reasoning is that I believe that there is great interest on your part in private conversations and public. With this group and other boards, there's a lot of interest in constructive public participation. Unfortunately, agendas are nowhere to be found on the City of Logansport website. And so we don't know what's coming up. We don't know what is really going to happen, and so whether we would be interested in giving some input to decisions being made. So in the interest of you not hearing complaints later and feeling like, oh, the public's always disgruntled, and the public, when I talk to neighbors, I hear a lot of, honestly, it's something like distrust or just a belief that the city hall doesn't care. I know that's wrong, but I think that there's some processes that get in the way of that good communication, and this is one of them. So, respecting your hopes for citizen participation, I hope that tonight you might assign or take direct responsibility for publishing all agendas at least 48 hours in advance on the City of Logansport website. And I don't know who's good at that, but I know that the people responsible for preparing agendas have a great burdensome responsibility to get all the, everything in there that needs to be discussed. And probably because we do have 3-day weekends for the staff who would be responsible, agendas might need to be prepared 4 days in advance. So I don't know how hard or easy that is, but I do know that you get to call some special meetings when needed. And those agendas are especially important to be announced so that we can really fully trust city government and all of the wonderful public servants that we have as volunteers, as paid staff, as thoughtful people with a long history and understanding. You know that often the public has information you've never seen, and the public knows you have information we've never seen. So this will help us to meet on the same page. I want to thank Ross for kindly emailing me the agenda tonight just before 4 o'clock when I couldn't find it anywhere, and he said, I guess we don't publish it anywhere. And my concern about abbreviations derives from such things as the RDC meeting. What's the RDC? Recreation,
Redevelopment.
divinity, and completeness, I don't know, but it is, right. And the public doesn't know when initials are given without the full term, the first time it appears in any document. So that's my explanation for that. And with that, I want to thank you for your thoughtful public service. And I do hope for a resolution tonight. I don't know if you can because it wasn't published in any agenda, but maybe it's only a procedural matter and doesn't need to be added to an agenda.
Yeah, more procedural. Yeah.
So you think you might be able to
Yeah.
take care of it?
Logansport Reimagined, or Cass County Online, I should say, does post the agendas on their site. I did talk to Michelle Dials.
CassCountyOnline.com?
Yes.
And there's no link to that from the city website. So people who don't have that inside information never know what's coming, right?
That's a good idea, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay. I have a motion and a second to table ordinance 2024-18. Any further discussion? Call for question.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Scott Peady,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-18 is tabled. On to new business, resolution 2024-132. Councilman Peady.
Resolution 2024-132, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport pledging support to the Cass County Dental Carousel Board for replacing of their current HVAC and humidifier system. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on resolution 2024-132, please.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Scott Peady,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-132 passes. Resolution 2024-133, Councilwoman Zinsmaster.
Resolution 2024-133, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the expenditure of CETA incentive funding for Mark Graycott doing business as Fiberglass Freaks. And I would ask for a vote on Resolution 2024-133.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-133 passes. Resolution 2024-134, Councilman Howard.
Resolution 2024-134, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana regarding tax abatement for personal property investment for LSI Metal Fabrication Incorporated. Ask for a vote, Mr. Mayor, on Resolution 2024-134.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Cameron Austin.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-134 passes. Resolution 2024-135, Councilman Morris.
Resolution 2024-135, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana regarding tax abatement, excuse me, for personal property investment for Logan Stamping. I'd move this forward for a vote.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I just want to say, Bill, I must have done a really good job on these because there are no questions.
Keep bringing you back.
Call for question.
Got a new job.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-135 passes. Resolution 2024-136, Councilman Cox.
Resolution 2024-136, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving Eastgate funds for survey work at Eastgate Plaza. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on 2024-136.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call
Aaron?
for oh,
Can I just ask you on this one? I know you tried really hard to get Randall Miller and Associates to give us something a little more detailed. I don't have any problem with go ahead and approving this as long as, before they start, we have a detailed contract
Yeah.
that runs through the Board of Works and stays within the parameters that we set.
Yeah, I'd follow up with you guys to make sure we're splitting it how you want before we would actually do that contract, and then
Okay,
from there, put the contract to the Board of Works.
all right, thank you.
call for question?
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Cameron Austin.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-136 passes. Resolution 2024-137, Councilwoman Wamsley.
Resolution 2024-137, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, transferring appropriations for the Parks Department. I move for a vote on Resolution 2024-137.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Yes, could you scroll the text a little bit so that we can see it a little more?
Call for question?
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-137 passes. Resolution 2024-138, Councilman Austin.
Resolution 2024-138, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, declaring a portion of the land formerly gifted to the city and its utilities for the purpose of establishing a new Ivy Tech campus in Logansport as surplus and authorizing the mayor to execute a deed returning the unneeded land to the original donor. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on Resolution 2024-138.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Haley Zensmaster,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley.
Yes.
Resolution 2024-138 passes. Ordinance 2024-20, Councilman Howard.
Ordinance 2024-20, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Logansport, Indiana, approving the sale of a 230 kV transmission line. Mr. Mayor, I ask for a vote on ordinance 2024-20.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Just, I was asked by Greg to just let everybody know that, you know, this is the first reading on this. There'll be a second reading on August the 26th to maintain the timeline they need for this. And Greg will be available for any questions you might have on the sale, as well as Kelly. They're both on vacation this week. And Greg even supplied me, if anyone wants to muddle through the purchase agreement, it's not completely done, but it's available to read if you'd like to read 36 pages of legal stuff. So, other than that, if you do have any questions about the purchase, it will, they'll be here at the next reading.
Call for question?
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Haley Zensmaster,
Yes.
Dave Morris,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Scott Petey,
Yes.
Chris Howard.
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-20 passes on its first reading. Public comments. Anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment, please come to the microphone. State your name and address for us, please.
Sonny Miller, co-owner at 1251 Smith Street. I just couldn't see anything about cost or, you know, the amount of money involved at all on this page that we're seeing. Could you scroll upward to the contract?
It's all in your packet as well.
This is,
Oh, the details are all in the packet? Thank you.
The same thing's up there that's in your packet.
yeah,
Okay,
the purchase of this is just over $5 million that the purchase price would be.
All right. Any other public comments? Council member comments?
Dave, what was the time of the special meeting on August 26th, please?
The public hearing will be at 6:25. Mindy put the announcement out today, and the council meeting will be right after that.
6:25, the council meeting following directly after?
Pardon?
6:25, and then
Yes.
council meeting following
This
directly
wasn't on
after?
there though, was it? It just said the appropriations for Monticello Road.
Well, no, that was for the hearing part. I didn't put it in the
Okay,
agenda.
I thought it said special council meeting right afterwards, and then it said that
It
part too.
just says special council meeting. I
Okay.
told her the agenda was, I haven't set the agenda yet.
Okay.
So the agenda will still be out, but we know that we're going to have at least the Monticello Road and the transmission sale on that agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Any other council member comments?
Yeah, yes. Mine's for Jan. Why do we shut the pool down so early?
You'll find that most of our lifeguards have returned to school, either locally or at college, or they have other work responsibilities or their full-time jobs starting tomorrow. I don't have people there to be able to do that. Our budget is set for about 10 weeks of operation, and so that's what we're doing. We do have the splash pad open until Labor Day weekend, and that's the best we've been able to do with the budget we have.
There's no possibility of high school kids on the weekends working it if they want to.
Well, here's the other element to that is that once you kids go back to school, the families are not really paying attention to swimming at the pool, and we haven't had, when we've tried to keep it open, the numbers haven't merited the extra expense that we were incurring. So that's what the splash pad is for. So if there's somebody that really needs to cool off, that's what you do, is go to the splash pad, so. And I'm not saying that splash pad is all all encompassing, but that's what we are able to do. And we don't have the labor cost, obviously, with that we do with having the pool open.
I just think it's awful, still in August and early September is
Well,
really.
school starts day after tomorrow, so it's like,
Haley's got her teaching attire on.
One time I dressed nice, thanks.
it really is, I understand what you're saying, but we just don't have the people around. They honestly have left town, or they're so busy with their own, like, the kids that are involved as lifeguards are usually involved with marching band or sports of football, golf, or what else is there, cross country, all those things. Those kids are all active in their own sports with their own activity, so it really is, it's hard to do. I understand what you're saying, but it's really hard to keep it going when you don't have the staff there to take care of it. So-
And BJ, the swimming pool is not we don't make any money off the swimming pool. That's something that we do as a public service to people, and we just don't need to incur any more debt by keeping it open for another 4 to 6 weeks. Just hoping some people come there. Like, we really just can't afford to do
I'm sure
that.
people could go swimming at the Y too. I think they still have open swim.
Oh, they do have, yes, they do, but
Yeah,
swimming.
if they really
yeah,
want to
That's
swim.
right, if they want to go swimming. And France Park is open, but we don't make any money off the swimming pool, so we really have to limit. She's right about limiting how long it's open and trying to keep the cost down.
The other thing is the cost of chemicals and just operating the water operations is probably another $10,000 that we don't have that to do that. At least, I know that our monthly cost for utilities so far, we're about at $15,000 for the summer right now, and so I have this last few $1,000s to operate the splash pad, and it'll probably take all of that. So, plus whatever electricity it takes to do that. So, the cost of chemicals, we've actually done very well with chemicals this year, but we always get a big start on that here at the end of the year with what's left, and that gets us through for next year. So.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Dan.
Any other council member comments? All right. Miscellaneous business and any matters now where you consider including Section 8 of ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. Okay. Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Call for question.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Howard,
Yes.
Cameron Austin,
Yes.
Haley Zinsmaster,
Yes.
Scott Peedy,
Yes.
Susie Wamsley,
Yes.
Dave Morris.
Yes.
We're adjourned. Have a great night.